Like, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell. Hell yeah, ring that bell. Good evening, good evening. Let's give it a few minutes to let some people mosey on in here. If you're watching this on the replay, probably want to give it a boost for a couple of minutes. We're sitting in a winter, not even a winter wonderland, just cold ass rain. Morgan Bridges, how you doing, my man? You are number one on the David H. Show. Emilio? No, not Emilio. That's a I can't freaking see. It says Estillo. Estillo. I think is how you pronounce that. I think we went over that last time. It's Estillo, correct? Is that the pronunciation? I want to get it right. What's up, David Allen? How you doing, man? Rick, what's happening? Mr. Rick N's in the house. Ethan. We're in, the hell are we? We're in, like, near Columbus. Yes, Estillo. Okay, see, I got it. I'm going to remember that. How the hell I got Emilio out of that? Well, I mean, I'll tell you. I got bright lights shining in my eyes and a dark screen. Morgan, yeah, I'm on Texas shut down for the night. Well, hopefully you're not running around I-10 there. We were in San Angelo, Texas this morning. We picked up, what the hell? Was that this morning, Melissa, or yesterday?
What?
When we were in San Angelo. That was this morning.
Yesterday.
No, it was this morning.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. They all kind of run
Okay,
together.
because we picked up in San Angelo this morning,
Yeah.
delivered it in Tennessee.
Oh.
It was a drop and hook in Tennessee. That's right, it was a drop and hook in Tennessee over there at Tyson. And then we got a load out of Tyson and came up here to Ohio. They didn't have any empties, so luckily we got a load right out of their location there. But so when we went through San Angelo this morning, they were treating all the streets on I-10 and all the back roads there. And I'm like, it's 68 degrees. What the hell? And now I'm looking at the weather over there, and it's like a frozen winter wonderland with storm warnings, ice. All kinds of good stuff. What's happening, guys? What's happening? Let's see. David's in sunny Florida. Of course you are. It's not going to be sunny. Nah, I think there might be rain coming to Florida.
There's something coming from the Gulf, I think.
Yeah. What's up, Dan? How you doing? You're from Motown, or sitting in Motown. Okay.
Okay, I'm disappearing.
Kiana, what's up? What's up? What's up? You running tonight, Kiana? Is that what that call was about? Are you awake? Oh, man. Ethan says, my favorite truck stop is at Jeffersonville, Ohio. There is a nice Flying J truck stop there. Okay, cool. We're sitting here at Love's. We got one of the two last spots, but I deliver at 2 a.m. So you can show up an hour early. So I'll go ahead and mosey on over there at 1. We got a little bit of a frozen mix over here. It was supposed to be snowing all up through Ohio, coming up the, what were we on, the 75? But we never did get any snow. And then it just started a frozen mix once we got to the truck stop. But that is all but stopped already. This nonsense is supposed to last till about 11, 12 o'clock tonight. But it looks like it already stopped unless it hits us again. Morgan's going from Laredo, Texas to Jonestown, PA. That's going to be a good paying run. That's going to be a hell of a good paying run. David's heading to Mississippi. Okay, watch out. There's going to be some wicked rain over in Mississippi. It was a warning. Oh, thunderstorms, all kinds of good stuff down Mississippi and Louisiana, down Jackson. What is it, Jackson, Mississippi, and whatnot. So you might see some pretty heavy rain over there. Okay, Keanu, you just parked right on. Nick, what's happening, man? What's happening? Nick says hello, everyone. There's a casino just south of Columbus. It has a big dirt lot for truck parking. Okay, right on. Trucker MSC. Welcome, Trucker MSC. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, but if I have, I apologize. If not, welcome to the channel. Kiana says, and much as far as, not much as far as truck stops go, so gonna play it smart and park. Okay, where are you parking at? It's a rest area or what? You're trying to get to PA tomorrow. All right, right on. I actually was going to take a load from Murfreesboro, General Mills, up to Allentown, PA. It was paying pretty sweet, but this load going from God, I can't remember the name. Cartersville, not Cartersville, something Tennessee, about 50 miles from Murfreesboro is where I was at the Tyson. Going from there to over here, it's a little over $2 a mile. Now, granted, it's not a whole bunch of miles, but even though the PA load paid really good, getting out of Ohio here, I'm going to make bank coming out versus getting out of PA. So that's what we're counting on. We're counting on a better return. Even though this was great paying coming in, and not only that, guys, but this is we picked this up at 2 o'clock, and we're going to deliver it at 2 o'clock, so it's a 12-hour run. And most, from what I looked at weather-wise, everything should be, like in Kentucky and whatnot, should be done around 3 or 4 a.m., so we'll be able to get back. We'll be able to get back down south without too much of a problem, or we can go up through St. Louis, down through Missouri is going to be good. Probably a little frozen tundra in Missouri, because Missouri always freezes. Let's see. Nick is stuck going to Kroger in Memphis. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're delivering at an Aldi over here, I believe. What's up, Bones? How you doing, man? You done? I can't remember. Are you actually done with the trucking deal, or are you finishing it up? Count says rest area, and it's fairly full. Yeah, you know what was nice, guys, is Christmas, the couple days before Christmas, a day or two after, man, you can find parking anywhere. Anywhere. It tells you how many guys go home for Christmas. And me, like a dummy, we're out here playing in all the weather for Christmas, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I can definitely say that's trucking. You're gonna be out here sometimes at Christmas. I mean, I guess you don't. I never have to be out here, but they give such a great bonus that I love money, as according to some of my friends say, and my wife. So we end up out here for Christmas because I love money. Let's go ahead and get this windshield cleaned off. All right. That wasn't that exciting to watch the windshield wiper go brown. Done with full-time OTR, but we'll be sharing a truck with another guy week on, week off. So you're going to work a week and then take a week off. How are you going to make money doing that? I'm just curious. Because now you're talking working 2 weeks out of a month. That sounds like there ain't no money to be made doing that. But then again, you might not need to make a bunch of money. You might be okay with just working a couple weeks out of the month. Okay, Morgan says, yep, the day before Christmas, I was going through Effingham, and it was 9 p.m., and it was like hopping Oh, hoping for a parking, and it was empty at the Pilot. Yeah, we were freaking out on how anywhere we went, and granted, we don't really stop much because we're team, but around Christmas we had to sit around here and there to wait for deliveries and whatnot. It seemed like the dropping hooks were scarce, and we were pulling into truck stops, and it's like, oh, look at this, it's freaking 11 o'clock at night, and you got 35 spots open still. I was surprised there was 2 spots here when we were getting off the freeway. I could see them, and so it was like a mad dash to get to them, and there was a truck pulled in behind us. I got the first one, and he took the second one, but it was like, oh man. Wife makes the money around here, no bills, no credit cards. Ah, okay, you're kept man. Even today, up until about 8, there was tons of parking at all the truck stops I passed. Right on. Where were we earlier? We stopped. Where did we stop earlier? And there was a ton of parking too. Oh, the Loves in Memphis, believe it or not. It was early morning. It was early in the morning, though. That's right. I stopped there to get fuel. It was a few miles before where I was delivering, and there's a lot of parking there. Which that place is always full, always freaking full. But it is. I've been watching the news, guys. Here's how I run my days. When I'm getting ready to hit the 90, I'll start watching the Weather Channel. I have Pluto TV. It's called Weather Nation. It's not actually the Weather Channel, and I start watching that to see where the weather's coming in and how long it's going to be there, and so on and so forth. And that's how I knew Texas was going to get hit hard. So when we were in Tennessee, it was like, okay, probably don't want to go back west unless they're going to send us to like California. The 40 was sweet, or if we could have went anywhere off the 40, this 40 was looking good all the way across. This was down low, which is odd. The 10 down into Dallas, into San Angelo, all that was just getting hammered. But there's a winter weather advisory for ice, glaze ice. They're talking that it might be impossible to travel. So we got off there to load going to Mississippi from Tennessee. It was only 200 miles. It was paying really good, but it's only 200 miles. And I knew the storm, was going to get a lot of rain and whatnot over there. They're talking a lot of rain and wind. So I'm like, do I really want to empty out and be dealing with the high winds and whatnot? Because I did that this morning in San Angelo. I drove through some pretty heavy winds empty. I almost had to shut down because it was getting a little dicey going to pick up in San Angelo. But so I watched it, and so I was like, yeah, that Mississippi just isn't enough miles. It will keep me south, but where am I going to go? Because it delivered. I'd be done with that load. It literally delivered. Well, it delivered in the morning, so no, I wouldn't be done with it. Yeah, I'd be sitting there. And the mess over there in Texas isn't going to be gone till tomorrow night. So it's like, well, I'm going to go north anyway. So I was looking for a northern run because the weather out here wasn't supposed, unless you get up into Chicago and whatnot, and up into the Northeast, New York and whatnot, the weather wasn't supposed to be too bad. Hate that place. Tank top, now a hoodie. What's up, drivers lineup? How you doing? I actually was in a tank top when I was going to start this live because we pulled in here, but I had to go. I was so thirsty, man, and I had a cup from TA and Loves. We got free refill, so it's like the cheap in me came out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get me a free refill. So I got dressed. I'm usually in my tank top sitting in the truck. When I get up from bed, I don't get dressed until I got to get out of the truck. So I usually give all the truckers a show getting dressed. Good evening, lineup. Bone says, just 3 days after I turned in keys, they called me to rescue a load out in Kansas got back this morning. Okay. So you quit, you turn in your keys, and then they called you and you said, "What the hell? I'll go rescue a load, huh?" That's pretty good. That's you definitely are leaving them with a good taste in their mouth. Oh, unless, are you staying with that company, or is that the company you're going to do week on, week off with? David, the weatherman got, wait, where'd it go? The weatherman, get your latest forecast here. Exactly. I'll give you the weather news because I watch the weather. Like I said, every time I'm starting to go into a 90, I open up that app and I watch it because I'm trying. This winter, I'm going to try to dodge major stuff. Like it's technically supposed to be snowing here right now. But there wasn't a big advisory. It's going to be an inch or so snow. So it's like, okay, we'll head up here. But I'm going to try to dodge running blind, like that Allentown, PA load. It's supposed to be nice for the rest of the week, pretty much. I think. I think Sunday it's going to get a little snow, but it's just a little for one day. And if we get hit by something and we have to shut down for one day, that ain't going to bother me. But like the Texas, say we are over in that crap right now, granted, you'd call 511, see how the roads are doing. But if it's crap the whole time, you're stuck there till tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm trying to see how you can dodge weather out here. Now that I'm leased, this is my going on second year lease. Last year I kind of dodged it, but I didn't have that weather nation. So I was just looking at weather bug. I like the Weather Nation because they'll come in and they'll tell you the forecast for the whole week, where the storm's going to track past. So not only can you look at that one area you're thinking about going, you can see, hey, you know what? Storm's coming this way. It's rain over here and it's going to turn to snow and ice over here. Well, let's head this way and meet the storm at the rain and get through it type deal. So that's what I'm kind of playing with. Again, I'm not totally going to avoid snow, but I'm going to try to avoid the winter wonderlands where I got to shut down. Is that going to work out? Probably not. I'll probably get stuck in some stuff, but that's trucking, right, guys? Let me plug in my phone here before the battery starts barking at me. There we go. Haha, too funny sitting up here in Montana. So, lineup. I know you were in Washington the other day. Spokane's getting hit right now with some snow, or it did today. What is Montana looking like? I know the Northwest was looking ugly. It was getting rain, it was getting winter mix, and it was getting snow. And I was thinking about you the whole time, giggling in the back of my mind, going, because I remember the other day you were talking, oh, I'm up here in Washington, the weather, it looks beautiful out here. So I was just thinking, I wonder what he's hitting up there. I didn't know if you guys were still up there or not. But, yeah. Somehow Montana is safe to be weather-wise right now. Okay, that's good because Montana gets hit with some stuff. Just going to be sort of part-time. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're staying with the same company. Lineup, let me ask you. You guys, are you running team? And one, is that your wife or your girlfriend? Is that your wife or your girlfriend that you run with? The only reason why I say that is because somebody I know that watches, I think he watches you religiously. I catch you here and there because I'm always either sleeping or driving. He keeps telling me, I don't know if his wife or his girlfriend, so I'm going to fix that for him right now, and I'm going to just go ahead and ask you. And I apologize if you're with your girlfriend and your wife is watching. Just kidding. Oh, man. So, Jackie, you're in Springfield, Ohio, huh? That's pretty interesting. Where are you hiding at? Kiana says, I look at weather apps, but never really concern myself with it too much. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. Sometimes there is nothing you can do, but like I said, I've got the options to move around, and I, for one, am not going to look at a weather prediction, and it's going to tell me, hey man, it's going to be snow 4 to 6 inches, 6 to 12 inches with high winds and all that nonsense for the next couple of days. I'm not driving into that. I just won't. It's like, no, I ain't going that way. I'd rather, and if they're like, well, there ain't no loads going anywhere else, okay, I'll sit right here where it's safe and wait for a load to come in. I'm not going to drive into some crazy crap just to move my truck. It's just not going to happen with me. But I understand. I know a few people who they don't even look at apps. They just drive, and if it starts getting bad, they'll pull over. Being a weatherman is the only job you can have and consistently be wrong and not get fired. It's a 50-50 chance the weather is... Exactly. Yeah, we stayed in front of the front, snow hitting Missoula, but we stayed ahead of it. Okay, right on. Soon to be wife. Okay, right on. Okay, now I know. Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? How you doing? Hey, Michael, are you, let me ask you, because it's been a long time and I've been looking for you, because you used to be my northern weatherman. Or is this Michael from Michigan, the plow driver? And if so, man, where the hell have you been? Where have you been? We've been together a long time. She was on the truck with me before we decided she should drive. Yeah, that's exactly what we did with Melissa. Melissa was riding around with me. She pretty much from the first couple weeks, ooh, I want to drive. And, we talked about it. And then we said, well, why don't you ride around for a while, make sure this is something you want to do. And then, the rest is history. Oh, okay, you're still at home, so you live in Springfield, Ohio. Right on. Hello from the TA in Vero Beach. Nice 72 degrees, right? Right? Yeah, freaking A, Lori. Yeah, we may or may not be in Springfield, Ohio. Long time, yes it is. Working. Got about 2 inches of snow last night. Then it rained and turned everything to slush. Well, crap, Michael. You've been hiding out way too long, man. You need to quit working so much and come say hi on these damn lives, man. Do you guys ever regret going team? I know you run a lot harder than we do. I don't regret it, but you know what? My buddy told me you guys run 3 weeks and take the 4th week off. And I've been really trying to catch one of your lives, because I wanted to, you're right here, although it's kind of a pain in the ass for you to type all that stuff out, so it'd be easier if I caught one of your lives, is I wanted to ask you how that works out, and, you're making the money doing that. We only do 4,500 miles a week. Okay, yeah, see, we'll hit normal, like summertime and whatnot, we'll hit 6,000 miles. Right now, I think we're hitting like 5,000, 4,500, like that, because, freight's a little slow right now. Oh, Melissa is in the house. She says she hopes you all have a wonderful new year. Hey guys, can the new year only get better? Can it get, well, I guess it can get worse, but please let the new year get better. Please. But Melissa, you regret? Okay, she says no regrets. Right on. You take 10 weeks off a year. Wow, okay. Yeah, well, obviously when we buy a house, which we are... Oh, I freaking completely lost my train of thought. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to be putting in for some home time to go look at houses around the 13th of January, 13th, 14th. So we're getting ready to pull that trigger. And yes, if we buy a house, or when we buy a house, it's not if, because a house is a good investment, guys. And I'm like, I need to invest some money. So a house is a good investment. And when we buy the house, we will definitely start taking a little more home time, a little bit more, just a little bit more. You know, maybe 2 weeks a year. As long as she gets her house. We just time the loads right when we go home to cover payment and start a load into the next pay period, so rarely go in the hole. See, here's the problem with me doing this, and my buddy just freaking shakes his head and goes, oh my God, stop it. But a lot of times I'll time where we'll take time off like a Monday or a Tuesday, so we have a couple days off this pay period, and then we'll have a couple days off that pay period. So what it does is it generally makes this a low-paying week and that a low-paying week. Now, not, you know, bad, because we only do a couple of days, but it just hurts my mentality to see, you know, and over here. What I don't like is, you know, say you take off a Tuesday, pay period's Wednesday, and you had a good week here, so that week paid good, and it's like you didn't even hit nothing, but now you take off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then this week over here is just like, oh, here's, you know, $500. It's like, ugh.
It all evens out, babe.
I know it all, she's out back there, it all evens out. Yes, it does even out, but it's a mind F.
You gotta forget you have mind.
It screws with my mind.
Don't let it screw with your mind.
I need to take some pills or something for
I
that.
need to give you a lobotomy.
Morgan says, Melissa H, it should be regerts. The sticker. He wrote regerts.
No regrets.
I know, but it was just regerts, man. Shut up, woman. I remember when David had less than 500 subscribers. The Crazy Bags had everyone go blow his live up. Then David was 30 minutes behind his comments. Yeah, that was some crazy stuff, man. That was some crazy stuff. As long as I get my house, so has requirements to avoid regret. Yes, that's her requirement. To be happy is get her house. Doug is in Ohio as well at the Flying J in Jeffersonville. Okay. Melissa says, see if David will let me stop at antique stores and stash treasures in Florida. In Florida?
Freightliner.
Oh, in the Freightliner. Yeah, no, I have no problem with that. We can put stuff on here as long as I know we're going to be getting home and getting it off the truck.
And you know how many antique and flea markets we've got that we can park here?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell, today, we were in, God, where was that in Tennessee, babe? Where we picked up this load.
Cartersville something.
It wasn't Cartersville, it was Gillette. I can look right here because it's driving me nuts. Goodlettsville. So we bobtailed from the 01 because the load wasn't going to be ready until about 3 o'clock, and we went over to Crystal's and had some Crystal little hamburgers, and there was like 2-3 antique stops that we could have definitely stopped at and got some stuff. It definitely evens out, and what isn't a mind F is being home often. But you know what's gonna suck really is I'm gonna have to buy a car, pay insurance, Now I hear there's truck insurance. I mean, not truck insurance. This one truck driver at Prime I was talking to, there he's got insurance that he goes on the internet and he tells him when he's going out on the road, and it makes his insurance drop because no one's going to be driving that vehicle. And then when he gets back home, he goes on the internet, says I'm home, and his insurance rates go back up to like a normal rate. I want to look into something like that, because I'd sure hate to pay insurance. And I ain't gonna buy a brand new car. I'll get a car, a used car, and pay cash for it, because we ain't really gonna be driving it all that much. Studies show that 80% or so OTR drivers have a mental illness. Well, why else would they be out here? You have to be tethered to something to really feel and love life. I don't know. I mean, I've been, longing to have a place I can call home, just because I feel like I'm wasting money paying a...
Wasting money.
No, you didn't let me finish. I feel like I'm wasting money paying for a storage unit to store stuff. It's like, one, need an investment. Two, I hate paying the money to store. So now we can bring everything to a house, have the investment, and not pay that money to store it there. Now, before you say it, yeah, I know the house payment's going to be like, whatnot, but that's the investment. Melissa says, Nick, that's why Prime has a mental hotline. They do, guys. I really need to look it up so I can give out that phone number. But they do. They have a hotline you can call if you're feeling sad, if you just need to talk to somebody, and it's totally anonymous, and, they can, just talk you through. But, you might be going through a divorce, who knows? But it's like a hotline to call to just blow things off your chest. Robert says, hope everyone has a good New Year. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good New Year also. What's up, Alan? How you doing? Alan's probably playing in Florida because he's always home. Always home. Every time he comes out, oh, I'm home. I'm home. So, Alan, have you tried those tacos over there by the Prime Drop Yard yet? Driver's lineup says, Nick David H explains it as crawling into a ball in the sleeper and shedding tears. OTR in a nutshell. Yeah, some people have to go curl up and cry, and just get insurance on your licenses. That way anything you drive is insured under your license. Well, that's interesting, but I know our insurance we always had in California, on our cars, did insure us for anything we drove. As long as the only thing you had to do special was if the car you were going to drive was somebody else's car that lived in your household. Like my daughter's car, we had to be put on her insurance, and vice versa. We had to put her on our insurance because we were all in the same household. But otherwise, anything we drove, we'd be insured in. I don't know if that's all insurance or if that was just something that California did. Man, what is wrong with you, dude? I'm telling you, you're missing out on life. On life. You got to go in there. You got to get at least six. At least six, because they're small. Carne asada, they come with cilantro, onion, and whether you like red sauce or green sauce, they'll give that to you in little cups. You sit down there, put a little salt on it. I'm starting to drool. Put a little salt on it, smother it in the salsa, and they're about 2.5 bites, man. Oh my gosh. I will go to Florida, Auburndale, any day of the week for any amount of money. Just so I can get those tacos. Yeah, I did line up. I did. Hell yeah, because, hey, man, this is true trucking right here. Shanna and you were cracking up. I mean, it's truth and trash. One thing you guys can guarantee on my channel is any BS that I blow out of me is not going to be about things that are going to make you come out here because you think it's different than what it is. I'm going to tell you about the money situation. I'm going to tell you about the sitting around. I mean, you know, there's been channels out here, some pretty decent channels, that they never told you about sitting around or low paying paychecks. You know, it was always, this is like the best thing, money falls out of the sky type stuff, you know, and use me as a referral type nonsense, but you know. I thought about going to the taco joint that last night because they were open by what? By the Laredo, or you mean Laredo? Okay, Morgan, Texas tacos are disgusting. They don't know how to make tacos there. There is one taco truck that I found in Texas by the TA over there in Laredo. There's two taco trucks that sit in front of the TA. One is kind of goofy, crappy. The other one is pretty good. And you know you're at the right one because when you order the tacos, he'll give you a little styrofoam cup with a spoon, and it's got beans in it, you know, like a soup, a bean soup that will burn your tongue right off. And if you're not careful, not because it's spicy hot, because it's oven hot, or, you know, it must be boiling in a pot. So you got to be careful, because if you burn your damn tongue, you won't taste the tacos. COVID, sorry. So when you're in Texas, man, tacos are a hit and miss, and usually a miss. Nick says, once my wife and I have our house finished being built, I'll leave Prime and take a break. Right on. That's good, man. You got the money to just stay home and take a break. That's nice. Alex says, I'm playing Search for My Trailer game in Gaffney, South Carolina. It turns out another Prime driver took my load. Now I have to take his load, and he gets a service failure for taking the wrong load. You know, that, how the hell do you take the wrong load? I mean, you got paperwork. Does he have his paperwork with the wrong load? That takes some talent. Or does, you know, because me and Melissa went to Kraft somewhere, I can't remember, and another Prime driver took our load. I don't know if they gave him the load or whatnot, but we ended up getting basically what his load would have been. Same thing, but I didn't know that you get a service failure for that. David, do you anything but tacos? Melissa, don't count. No, I love tacos, man. Every time I see a taco truck, I got to go in there and taste their tacos. Now, when we were over there in San Antonio, Texas, guys, a little taco van rolled up. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I said, what kind of tacos do you have? He had those kind of, they're like a breakfast taco. I can't remember what they're called, but they got meat and potato in them. So I said, all right, let me get one of those. Or no, I got one of those, and he had carne asada, and I got two of those. And Melissa, hey, you want some? She was sleeping. She goes, yeah, get me one. I ate most of the carne asada one, and it was like, this thing is mush crap. Threw it away, grabbed the other one, bit into it, spit it out, and the whole bag of tacos went in the trash. It was just disgusting. That's the first time in my life I threw tacos away. See if I can't get my seat up a little bit here. I thought about the one by the yard. There's one by the yard over there? Where I've never seen one by the yard. It must come at a certain time, or it's new to the area. Because try it, let me know. I didn't know there was well, is there a taco truck? I know there was some kind of a restaurant or something over there somewhere, someone was telling me. But when I was in Laredo like 6 months ago, I asked the guy, is there any food trucks that come through here? And he said, well, there used to be, but they don't come by anymore. So I don't know if that truck comes back. But definitely if it does, grab a couple of tacos, man. See what they're like. See if it's actual real carne asada. One of the problems in Texas is they use pot roast. You can pull the meat out and eat it, and it's freaking pot roast. It's real mushy and ugh. Gotta hit the road. Happy New Year, David and Melissa. Thanks for keeping it real, and watch out for the idiots out there these next 48 hours. 10-4 on that. Thank you, drivers. Line up, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon, man. David, would you ever go back to a lightweight? Well, I can't with Melissa on the truck. Texas has the best Tex-Mex food. Just have to know where to go. See, I don't think I like Tex-Mex. I don't think I like Tex-Mex. You know, guys, I grew up in Southern California. We had street tacos galore, good burritos, good Mexican food in general, man. So when I hit up Texas, I mean, I almost don't want to move to Texas because of their crappy tacos, but I can make some bomb-ass tacos. I told Melissa the first thing I'm going to do when we get our house, first thing I'm buying is I'm going right to Lowe's. I'm getting, it's a black something, Blacksmith, Blackfield, black something. It's a flat top barbecue. It's a flat top that goes outside, it replaced my barbecue. Ever since I bought it, I never used my barbecue again. Hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, tacos, everything, breakfast. I cook vegetables on it. Everything right out on my back porch, boom, 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 shaloom, and it was great. You know, I'd have people over for a party. I'd go get, 10, 20 pounds of carne asada meat, marinated, chopped, ready to go. Throw it on the grill. I'd hit it with a cleaver a little bit more to chop it smaller, and get the meat all cooked up, push it aside, oil down the grill a little bit, throw tortillas on it because I like them a little oily. Flip them. How many you want? 3. Boom, throw 3 tortillas, meat right on the grill, right into his plate. There's onion, cilantro, scoop it on. There's salsa. Man, it was assembly line, dude. Ooh, so good. That's the first thing I'm getting, and the first thing I'm going to do is, even if I have to make my own damn carne asada meat, chop it up and marinate it, I'm going to do it. But otherwise, Vallarta Market in California, if I can get by one, I'm going to buy, some meat and freeze it in the truck, man, to go home with it and make some good old tacos. Alan says my pick number was almost exactly the same as his, and the 01 gave him the wrong paperwork, and the driver didn't check the address and pickup number. So how did he get out of there if he did a live depart? Live depart should have noticed the wrong pickup number and said, hey, do you have a number that begins with blah, 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 blah? And he should have looked at the paper and said no. Also, first thing they ask you is, where's your delivery address? So I know there's guys at Prime that do not do live dispatch. Reason I know this is because early on in my just starting days, I had a couple times where I waited on hold for night dispatch, and I went on Primetime Grinders and some of the Prime boards and said, man, they've been on, and all these guys flooded there like I was some kind of a dummy for doing live dispatch calls. Oh, I never do them. Oh, I'm a super trucker. Oh. I just send in the everything's good and go. Well, this could have happened. Also, my fleet manager, I never asked the details, but one time he picked up and he said he's dealing with some BS. A guy set his trailer to 10 degrees or 20 degrees instead of negative 20 degrees for an ice cream load. So obviously the whole load's junk. Ice cream will not freeze above 10 degrees. Even 0 degrees, it will be mushy. So I thought to myself, well, how do you get away with that doing a live dispatch? Because they should have confirmed his temperature and whatnot. But if he never did one, he's buying that load. So I bet you that's what happened. Because like I said, a lot of guys, they just don't, they think it's beneath them to do a live depart. Yeah, it's a taco truck and a truck wash is open. Oh, it's not the truck wash with that like taco bus or something right there. It's like a permanent truck. that sits there? Because I've seen that, but it looked abandoned, and it's at that truck wash. But it could have been the time of year I was there. Maybe it's only seasonal. What's up, Fritz? How you doing, man? Looks like a Mexican family moved in and opened it back. They have like 3 campers on the lot. Okay, right on, man. Hopefully they do carne asada. Go hit them up tomorrow. Let me know how those tacos are. It's got to be carne asada, which means if you're not familiar with what actual carne asada is, it's skirt meat. It's going to be like little cubes, little bit crunchy. It doesn't have to necessarily be crunchy, but it's not going to, you can take the meat out and eat it, and it's going to taste like almost a little bit like a steak with lime and some spice in it, but not, I'm drooling again. But not pot roast. It shouldn't be stringy, you know, it shouldn't be shredded, and it shouldn't be mushy. And they should automatically put cilantro and onion on it. You know, if they're like, well, we're going to put freaking sour cream and cheese and all that. Ugh, nope, no, those ain't authentic. You know what's good in those street tacos too? I used to get them in Baja. They'll put a little bit of cabbage in them. Melissa says they put cheese on it, but I don't remember them putting cheese on it. I wish I got excited about food. I pretty much just to survive. Okay. I just love tacos, man. I just don't know why. I mean, I love tacos. Tacos just get me giddy. Speaking of tacos, that's what I'm having for dinner. Got some tacos meat in the freezer. Yeah, but you probably got freaking ground beef. Jeremy, he eats, oh, I like my tacos with ground beef. Those are Taco Bell tacos. Ground beef tacos are okay if you're going to put them in a hard shell with some taco seasoning, a little bit of hot sauce. I make those on the truck. Or if you're going to make a burrito, you know, with lettuce and cheese and all that in there. But otherwise, man. Okay, so if D-Part screwed up too, then I would be fighting that service failure for sure. What part of Texas are you looking to move? We're going to be going into the Lake Livingston. We want to get a house. I want a house on the lake. Realistically, we might have to get a house near the lake. I definitely got to be within walking distance of it. Mr. Latimer, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, you're too far away now. Okay, damn it. Hanging out at the shipper in Cincinnati for 7 hours. Ah, that sucks. That's dog and cat meat on the roach coaches. I always said if that's what dog and cat tastes like, I'm game. I'm totally game for that because that is some good stuff. But in reality, I always say why the taco trucks today so good is they use carne asada, but then there's some roach shells that end up in there, and you know there's sweat dripping in it because they're in that hot ass taco truck. So there's some extra spices in there that might help with that flavor that we just don't normally use in real life. But I'll tell you guys what, you steak lovers, I get my flat top nice and hot. Melissa, we get some nice ribeyes. Melissa makes a garlic butter spread that she coats them in. I drop it on that hot ass grill for, I don't know, less than a minute per side. What I do is I watch the side of the steak, and as it starts browning up about a quarter of the way up, I'll flip it quarter of the way up. And usually by the time you take it off, it's still cooking a little bit. So it will meet in the middle. You cut that sucker open and it's perfect rare steak. If you don't like it rare, you leave it on a little longer. But that seasoning she makes for it, drooling again. I'll put it up against any steak I've ever had in a restaurant. And that's why I get so pissed when I go to restaurants to get steaks, because I always compare them to the steaks I make at home, and they're never as good. Never as good. Yep, I got ground beef. Sorry, I'm not a taco connoisseur like you. Ground beef. Tell me you're using hard shells and not putting it into a flour tortilla. Ground beef should not go in a a corn tortilla. You can put it in a flour tortilla for a burrito or even a taco, which is just a waste of life to put it in a taco. But it goes good. Drooling again. Ground beef goes good in a hard shell. You do not ever want to put carne asada in a hard shell. It don't taste right. There's just different ways of doing things. And when you do ground beef, the ground beef is good with some onion, no cilantro, hell no, and cheese. Those ones you put cheese, and even if you want to put a little tomato and sour cream, you make a Taco Bell taco. They're good. You don't want to use the salsa that you'd normally use on your street tacos, the red sauce or green sauce. You would want to use more like a Tapatio or a Taco Bell type sauce that they sell in the store because it complements that kind of a taco. Soft shell with tomato and shredded cheese. Please tell me they're freaking flour tortillas and not corn tortillas, because corn tortillas and ground beef, bleh. Please tell me they're flour. Alan, I'm gonna have to make you some tacos, man. Or you need to hit up the place in Auburndale, dude. Those tacos in Auburndale pretty much taste like the tacos I make. Okay, flour, perfect. Okay, so that's doable if you don't like the hard shell. Flour tortilla with ground beef is all right. That will work. It's all right. Anyways, guys, it's been 50 minutes. I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm gonna probably watch the weather channel for the next 2 hours. See what's going on. But anyways, I always forget to say this at the beginning of the video like a dummy. David H., Melissa H., husband and wife trucking across America. Hit us up. That's Facebook. If I don't see you guys before then, Happy New Year. Let 2021 be the bomb. Let's get 2020 out of the books, and hopefully, man. Hopefully.